Hello, good morning. My name is Scott Rudrow, and I'm a student at Full Sail University in the graduate degree program for game design. I'm a native of New Jersey. I grew up until I was 25 in New Jersey and joined the Navy to make it my career. And I was pretty good at it. And I made E5 quickly and then E6. So within 5 years of hitting the deck the first time, I was a first class petty officer, which is pretty quick. As a young boy, I'd run barefoot through my great grandfather's property until I'd tire and lay in the grass. And then I'd watch planes circling Newark Airport, flying high overhead, little silver tubes with wings. I compared their lives to mine. There wasn't much comparison. I had nothing, and they would have everything. Get these depressing thoughts out of my head, I'd play video games. It was my favorite escape. Now at 47 years later, I find myself returning to video games, but not as a consumer, as a creator. I'm Scott Rudrow, and I'm going to make video games. There are strategies for finding your life's work. One is returning to your origins. Two is occupying the perfect niche. Three is avoiding the false path. Four is to let go of the past. And five is to find your way back. Now, my life is complicated, as are most. It touches on several of these tenets. I would divide my life into childhood, naval career, and academic years. In my childhood, I played video games to cope with a reality that was not ideal. And in my military years, I served to cope with a reality that was not ideal. In my academic years, I returned to my origins to find a new life's calling, and making video games to entertain and give back to the industry I loved seemed like a pretty good idea. To do this, I utilized numbers 2, 4, 5, and 1 in that order from Strategies for Finding Your Life's Tasks out of the Mastery book by Green. Now, as a non-commissioned officer in the U.S. Navy, I occupied a perfect niche. I was doing important work. I had the respect of my peers, and the technical areas of the job were fascinating. It was great until 2006. I had a bad year, a really bad year. I had dental surgery, and a 4 hour surgery turned into a 7 hour surgery, turned into a 3 day stay in ICU, and a 2 day stay in cardiac unit. I developed chemical depression, hypothyroidism, and chronic pain. After some recovery, I realized these were not going away, and I had to let go of the past. Everything I was up to 2006 was gone. I retired medically from the Navy. That is when I returned to my origin to find new life's purpose. I suppose you could say that I failed to avoid a false path that took me away from video games. That'd be fair to say. The money was good. I traveled. I met people, a lot of people. It was good. It would also be fair to say that I had to find my way back. I have added to my list. If I can entertain or distract a kid going through their own personal crap storm, I think the time is worth it. Where do I see myself in 10 years? I see myself running a small game company, studio, preferably somewhere warm, churning out games. That's the dream. I have two SMART goals. Apply to two summer internships within the next 3 weeks. and reach out to Richard Carrillo of Sledgehammer Games in Toronto for a portfolio review within the next 3 weeks. He's our creative director, and I met him on LinkedIn. Thank you and have a good day. I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and goodbye.